Today, I'm going to be covering a few dupe glitches in my favorite mod pack, Agrarian Skies. For our first glitch, we're going to be covering this thing. Now, this doesn't look like much, right? It's just two hoppers, a conveyor belt, and a chest, right? It's super simple. You can make it very early in the game. And to prove it works, here's a diamond. Oh, let me show you the chest. Here's a diamond. If I throw it in the center, it comes out as 2. And then if I do it again, and I wait a second, and then I do it again, it's 4. Isn't that crazy? So in order to build this, you need, 5 cobblestone or whatever building material you use, 2 conveyor belts, 2 hoppers, and a chest, and whatever thing that you want to duplicate. So what we're going to do is build our back wall. I like to build a little step here so that way I can jump on top of it. We're going to place our chest down, and while crouching, place the hopper going into the chest. It's very important that they lead into the chest, so that way all your items get stored in one place. Then what you're going to do is put your hoppers on top facing each other. This causes a little bit of entity merging and is the key focus of what the dupe is. So I'm going to stick my valuable items in this golden bag of holding, and I'm going to throw it right in the center of this conveyor belt. And boom, just like that, we have 2 golden bags of holding. One with these 2, right, with our valuable items. And then in our second slot, we have this one with the same exact items. And you can do this as many times as you'd like. And all the NBT data inside the thing that you duplicated will be the same, regardless of what you do. Alright, so for our next dupe glitch, we're going to be talking about this one. This one's pretty infamous. It's the Tinker's Steelworks Deep Tank. So just to show that it works, boom, we have 1 bucket of lava going into this giant deep tank. And like 1 bucket is 1,000 of these millibuckets or MB. And we've already generated over like, I think 288 buckets of lava within like this short amount of time, which is absolutely insane. It's a crazy way to do quests and whatnot in your quest book. I know there's one for manual and liquid, and this would just completely break it. And so what you're going to need is, of course, your liquid that you want to duplicate. You're going to need a portable storage tank or a portable tank. Or really any fluid moving device, I don't know. You're going to need a crescent hammer if you use this method. You're going to need a deep tank controller, at least 1 scorched tank drain, and some scorched tank bricks. The reason why I use clear glass for this one is because it tends to be a little cheaper to make in real Agrarian Skies, and it just allows me to see what's going on in there. And so really quickly, we're just going to build it over here. It's a 5x5 structure, so there's going to be 9 blocks in the center. And you can really build it any size that you want, but this is probably the easiest thing to build. Like, with these dimensions, I don't know. And the top and bottom can be, these walls can be all seared bricks, and the top and bottom can be seared bricks if you want. In the center, I'm going to put the deep tank, in the center, I'm going to put the deep tank controller. And on the top, facing the sky, I'm going to put a scorched drain. Now, if you have like fluid pipes or something like that, you can have them leading into the top of this. But I always find that it's easier to just stick a portable tank up here, fill it with a liquid, and then just set it to output mode. And then just like that, we have over 100 buckets of lava. So just really quickly, I'm going to put all this stuff away. So for our next one, it's another liquid duplication glitch. In this one, it does practically the same exact thing. So I'm going to take some lava. I'm going to put it on the output mode, which is our green setting. Put that in the top, and then I will need to configure this servo. Okay, so the lava has been sucked out of this tank and into the fluid router, or the liquid router, through this fluid duct, and now if you look at the bottom, this one is much slower than the deep tank method, but if you look in the bottom, we almost have 2 buckets of lava. So it's really, really reliable, slow, consistent fluid generation. And so what you're going to need for this glitch is a lava bucket or any fluid that you want to duplicate, a crescent wrench or a crescent hammer, a pneumatic servo, at least a few tanks, some fluid ducts, and a liquid router. Okay, and so I'm going to put the liquid router in the center. Connected to it on both sides, I'm going to have my fluid ducts. I'm going to place a tank going up like this, or really you could put it like this, but I find it more aesthetically pleasing if I do it this way. I don't know. Then you're going to put a pneumatic servo on the top of this fluid duct. You're going to set it to output mode. Oh, I guess I didn't do that. You're going to set the redstone control to ignored, so that way it pulls liquid out no matter what. Now in the liquid router, there are a few settings, right? So the lava is going to get sucked into this green port, and it's going to be pushed out of this blue port. And so our blue port is now our export hole. So yeah, it's easy as that. You want to set your liquid to your export, and it's just like this fake block. You can't take it out of there if you wanted to. But that sets your export, so it's a whitelist for that specific fluid. Okay, then you're going to stick your fluid in this tank and then watch it duplicate. Now, it will take a second for it to get back to a full bucket, but like I said, it's slow and very consistent. You know, as long as you have this fluid router here, it will generate forever. Okay, for our last glitch that I want to show off in this video, we have something you can't really get anymore, which are item filters. But it's something that's pretty nostalgic to me, and I kind of just want to show it off. So with an item filter, if you have one, of course, you know, they're pretty hard to come by in most modern Agrarian Skies playthroughs, mostly because you can't craft them anymore. But if you have one, you want to open your item filter, and with a golden bag of holding, it has to be a golden bag of holding from what I know. If you have your item filter open, and then you press 1, or wherever your, like if your item filter is in 9 of your hotbar slot, you want to press 9 right here, I think. It's relatively simple, you'll see. So if I press 1 right here, it'll swap my golden bag of holding and my item filter. And if you notice at the top, it says golden bag of holding instead of my item filter. Now, normally a golden bag of holding is this big. See, it's, you know, a huge double chest worth of stuff. Or I think it's more than a double chest. Yeah, a little bit more than a double chest worth of stuff. So if we go back, there we go. Okay, we go back, it's golden, it says golden bag of holding. Isn't that crazy? So now I can put whatever I want, and because it thinks it's a filter, it'll just keep those items in there as a filter. So I'm gonna put some ME storage drives and a few diamonds and some more ME storage drives into what the game thinks is the filter. And now if I exit out of that and go into my golden bag of holding, all of a sudden I have all of those items that I can remove and take out. And then if I go back into the item filter, those items are no longer there. Okay, and I can do this as many times as I want, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it doesn't work with stacked items, but stacked items make it pretty easy to just slide across the top. And if you're trying to duplicate really fast, it's pretty easy to do. Okay, so that's basically just how to duplicate a lot of items and liquids in Agrarian Skies. Now, for our first one that we did, you can do this with like any size storage drive or anything really. And so this one's probably the most versatile of all of them. Because it's, you know, you can compound stuff super fast. Let's say I have one item, then I can have 2, then I can have 4, then I can have 8, then I can have 16, so on and so forth. And so it creates this exponential like growth on whatever item you stick in there. So I recommend doing this on solo profiles and you know, not using this on servers, because you very well can get banned from like any server you try to duplicate on. But if you know a server that is running Agrarian Skies or any of these mods, show them this video. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to say Skittles in the comment section, okay? So that way everybody thinks you're crazy. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. There will be more like it in the future. So, thank you.